Have you ever thought Christians are boring? I've heard a lot of people say Christians are boring. Church is boring. Things Christians do are boring. Christians don't have fun. I was pondering that yesterday, and it's dawned on me. So when you do not know Jesus as your Lord and Savior, He's not living in your heart. You might think He is. But this would be the proof. What you're doing in your activities as you're filling or trying to fill the spot, the area that's empty. Christians who are truly connected with God, the ones who have actually been born again, and that's what Jesus said had to happen. Excuse me. So it's like there's a part of who we are that has to be recreated. It has to start all over, so to speak, in the Spirit. And that's where we get rid of our sin, because we are no longer born in ourselves in the sin that we were conceived in. We are born into Christ. That's why the water baptism is helpful. It symbolizes and also clarifies what happened. But when we are born again, we are born into Christ, the void inside of us is no longer there. We're not trying to fill that when we're outside doing stuff, when we're walking around doing stuff, when we're at parties, or when we're at concerts, or even when we're at church. We're not trying to fill that. Now, when we're spending time with the Lord, just like if you have a partner in life, and a companion, a husband or wife, you're spending time with them to fill up your tank of your connection with them. You do that with God as well. And He does give you strength, and He does encourage your heart, and He does minister to certain needs of your spirit. But that hole, that vacancy, as long as you're staying with the Lord in your relationship with Him, is not there. So that emptiness that so many who think Christians are boring, that they're trying to fill, they don't get it filled when they go to Christian concerts unless they accept Jesus. But the Christians already have Jesus. So the inside of them is their playground, not the outside. I mean, yes, we have fun outside, but there's a greater playground in the soul. There's something like a lightness, a freedom, a celebration that's always going on at a certain level, even when it is the worst of worst. There is this connection to a perfect, victorious God that makes that need to have something happen out here that makes you feel full not as necessary. And sometimes it's fun, but it's not as necessary. So when you're at a Christian concert or at church and you're looking around going, this is the most boring thing, remember, what's going on inside of them is where the real work is, where the real fun is, where the real joy is. That purpose, that meaning, that fulfillment, that connection, that's where it is. It's inside. It's inside. Christians aren't boring because they're full. They don't need all the other stuff on the outside. It's just that they're different because they've been born again.